Digital divide is one of the terminologies that comes up frequently in the 21st century. It is commonly categorized into three levels, which include physical access to ICT, which stands for Information Communication Technologies, and also digital skills and outcomes. Digital divide is a global issue. It exists everywhere, no matter if the countries are rich or poor, and also in many aspects like even gender and generation. In this video, our main focus is on the digital divide among students, or simply the educational digital divide. We will introduce the causes behind, potential impacts, and finally some useful recommendations to help you get familiar with this global issue.
First of all, regarding the definition, educational digital divide refers to the discrepancy between students with or without sufficient access to knowledge and technology. Sometimes it is called homework gap. Let's recall our memory. Have you ever been unable to buy a digital device for learning, like a laptop, due to not enough budget? This brings us to the first main cause of educational digital divide: income level. Nowadays, although digital gadgets are equipped with various functions for learning, like searching information and attending online lessons, they are pretty expensive, such as iPhone 13 Pro or MacBook. It may be difficult for the underprivileged to afford them. According to the survey conducted by Pew Research Center in 2021, generally, the percentage of Americans who have these digital devices are positively related to their household income. This suggests that the income level would affect the technology adoption level, and thus, this is a crucial factor of educational digital divide.
Digitalization also contributes to the educational digital divide. The rapid development of technology has greatly changed the way of learning. Note-taking, for example, has gradually shifted from paper to digital hardwares such as writing pads. The existence of such learning tools is getting more and more frequent and diverse, while at the same time, it becomes easier to create a gap between students who have or have not these devices, thus widening the first class of digital divide. Apart from hardwares, the invention of educational softwares has prominently increased it, such as Python, Photoshop, and much more. However, are you familiar with all these apps? Certainly, digitalization has also widened the discrepancy between digital skills among students, which is the second level of digital divide.
Knowing the major causes, let us move on to the negative impacts of the educational digital divide. Unquestionably, such a gap may result in bad academic performance in the short run. Take Koimer as a stark example. She is a 16-year-old high school student in the Dominican Republic, who was forced to have online lessons during the pandemic. However, unlike us, she often suffered from internet problems, such as uploading failures, lack of reliable internet access, and even power outages. Most of the time, she was not able to submit her work punctually.
In the long run, the educational digital divide would also constrain the career development of the students. According to Professor Sparks at Hong Kong Baptist University, workers in this globalized world must adapt to the new working contexts arising from technological transformations. In other words, workers with more advanced digital skills, like programming and online design, would be highly demanded in such a digital era.
So how can we save pupils from the disastrous digital divide? To that end, we have proposed an initiative called TOT, which stands for Turning Old Tech into Treasures. This is an online platform that is used to recycle usable digital devices such as computers, mobile phones, etc. It can be run by environmental departments of the governments in the globe. For example, the Environmental Protection Department in Hong Kong. The plan would be implemented in the following ways. Firstly, citizens have to fill up some required information via the TOT website before donating their maintainable gadgets. The donation would then be repaired by our technical staff. After maintenance, usable gadgets would be posted on the website and sold to students in need with discounts. The discount rates will be higher for those students with lower household income. To reduce the administration cost, the maximum amount of digital gadgets purchased by each student should not exceed 1.
The reasons for making such a recommendation are plentiful. Firstly, the profits generated from TOT can be used to compensate for the wages and the administrative expenses. So the cost incurred by TOT is low when compared to schemes like free delivery of digital gadgets. More importantly, apart from bridging the educational digital divide, this initiative can also relieve another problematic issue: the rising e-waste produced every year. Through recycling, digital gadgets would receive new lives instead of being discarded into the landfill. However, what about the effectiveness? What if there's too little donation? Actually, you don't need to worry about this, because we've already considered a list of supplementary measures to increase the participation of the citizens. For example, we plan to provide the donors with coupons from supermarkets or bookstores, which serve as economic incentives. On the other hand, TOT would be widely advertised on televisions and videos to spread the message of caring students via recycling your old devices.
John F. Kennedy, the 35th US President, said, "All of us do not have equal talent, but all of us should have an equal opportunity to develop our talent." We genuinely hope that our advice will be helpful in addressing the educational digital divide in order to promote equity in our world. Thanks for watching.